folks. Welcome back to another review and thoughts on. I just got done, finally, watching King Richard, which is a biographical drama film. I don't know how to pronounce the director's name, like his first name was Marcus Green, and it's written by Zach Baylin. Pretty much it follows the life of Richard Williams, the father and coach of famed tennis players Venus and Serena Williams, who serve as executive producers of this film. It stars Will Smith in the title role, and I gotta say, I'm pretty much a decent fan of Will Smith. I like him in Fresh Prince, alright. I, Robot, I enjoy. I Am Legend, I don't care for the theatrical ending. I like the alternate ending more. I believe he lives at the end of that one. I like him in other films too. I can't think of any at the top of my head. I do Hitch. I love Hitch. I think that's a very underrated Will Smith film. Pursuit of Happiness is really good. So Focus, I really love, with Margot Robbie also in it. My. Anyway, but yeah, anyway, I am a fan of Will Smith. Not a huge fan, but I enjoy some of his movies. Yeah, this one, I mean, the budget for this was $50 million, and it only made $17.3 million, so... But, I remember seeing, I don't know which of the sisters I saw on TV years or whatever back. I swear I saw Venus or Serena, one of them, on TV playing tennis on sports channel or whatever. But yeah, I did really enjoy the film. I mean, it's about perseverance, endurance, having a dream and sticking with it. So, I don't want to say cliche, but saying, but I mean, this guy, like the dad who, from day one, my daughters are gonna be famous, and not even famous, but gonna be in the history. They're gonna be known worldwide in history. They're gonna be the very best, and that's what they kind of became, really. I mean, well, not even kind of. They became one of the best players of tennis in the country at young ages, like 14, and I don't know what the other one was. I believe, Venus is the main sister. I want to say the movie really focuses on of the. I mean, Serena also has, screen time and also development. I did like the scene during one of the before the final tennis game, where I did like how Richard talks to Serena real fast, or not even fast, but talks to her for a minute about how, because Venus is getting all this attention and Serena's in her shadow, more or less, and he's like, I know it's tough being, the second one, or the you feel like you're in her shadow or whatever, but you're going to be the best one. You're going to be the greatest of all time. And it's I mean, he was right. He talk about extreme, believing in yourself or in your dream. And then there's even the earlier stuff. I did believe this movie takes place in early or the late 80s to early 90s, because you have Rodney King stuff. You have police brutality, a little bit in this. You even have some gang stuff going on. At one point, I don't. Most of this movie seems like it. I mean, I guess maybe Richard must have told like his daughters or wife, whatever, like what he did some nights or whatever when they weren't around. Cause like there's a scene where he like when they're done playing tennis, you have like these thug gang, bunch of gang black members, and like ghetto, the whole shebang, and they beat him up a little bit, and then he goes out pretty much, wants to get revenge, kinda, and like I guess he was gonna actually murder one of them, but then turns out like a random drive-by like just mows the guy down. So then Richard drives home. And it's like I'm like, I don't really care about that character because you know what? If that guy would like screw that guy, he was talking about an underage girl or really a bunch of underage girls, and and then he even beat up the dad like for no reason. And then I didn't understand like the gang members later on, like they're all buddy with Richard, because like they end up like when there's a white guy, they of course this would not be tolerated today where they call him and Richard is like, oh, he's white, he's with me, it's all right, he's with me. And they're like, oh, all right, cool. And then they just drive off. I'm like, what? When did this start? Just because one of your buddies got shot up, I guess now you're going to change your ways towards this guy. I mean, granted, like they did, one of them seemed like they were like, oh, just leave this old geezer alone. But then they still gang up on him, just kicking him and stomping on him and all that. So I didn't understand that. I really didn't like that. I get what they were doing there and what they were showing. It just made one not want to move to Compton or ever live there, especially in the 90s or 80s. Like, it seemed like it was really bad there during that time with police and gang wars, and I'd be afraid to leave my house at night, let alone go out to, like there's a scene where they're like at a little food store place and they're eating out. I'm like, you know what? We're grabbing this to go. We're eating in the house. I'm not sitting out here in the open. Like because if a drive-by can literally just happen like right outside of a convenience store, what's the difference of it being so? Yeah. So so that part, I wouldn't have. Whatever. The editing in this is fine. The acting's really good from everyone. Even the two girls that play young Serena and Venus. And, it shows. It never shows like them growing up though. Like it shows it shows them growing up, but not as adults. So they later on, like towards the end credits, it shows like real footage of the actual people. And this got me thinking, like, if they can, like, pull off a pretty good autobiography movie, like, why can't we have a more accurate movie of, like, Michael Jackson and the Jacksons? Like, I think BET or whoever, I don't know I forget what studio. Oh, Warner Brothers. I don't know why I would like to see what they would do with it and have somebody, like some of the family, actually put dedication in it. I mean, I like the miniseries, all right, but there was a lot of inaccurate, events in that one. But anyway, yeah, I liked the movie, all right. I actually enjoyed it. I was shocked that she lost. I thought it was gonna be one of those. Well, then she beats the top tennis player of all time in the country or whatever. No, the girl loses. Venus loses, and she's disappointed in herself. But then her parents like talk to her and like the fact that you went toe to toe for 2 hours with the top tennis player of all time or in the world. At 14, I mean, like, or 15, I think 14. That's impressive. Like, she seemed like she didn't. I guess she didn't understand that, but yeah, like when you think about it, it is impressive. Like, you're like that young and you went toe to toe with this grown person who, won award trophies. Although these girls won trophies too, but at early ages too. But yeah, the character of Richard I liked. He provided for his family, tried to. People laughed in his face about, oh, because he will carry around like brochures or whatever of his daughters, and he would, do recordings of them playing tennis, and then show them to different coaches, and like they would just laugh in his face or whatever. I'm like, you okay? And then I did like the callback where at the beginning of the movie, one of the earlier coaches that he approaches, the older guy, he's like, yeah, these are my two daughters. They play. I think you would really be smart. I'm paraphrasing. I forget the line of dialogue, but he basically is like, I think my girls will be good. It'd be great if you coach my daughters. And the older guy's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm not interested, or whatever. And people like he's trying to tell them about his plan, and they're just like either not paying attention to him, or they just like flat out ignore him, laugh in his face. And I'm like, wow. And to have people like doubt you, and then for so long, and then you prove them wrong, it's awesome. So yeah, I did like the character of Richard for sure. I even like the mom. There's like a scene where the mom is like this annoying neighbor. Granted, like she's somewhat concerned, but then there's like a line of dialogue about her daughter being on the corner or whatever. So I don't know about that. She seemed like a pretty nosy neighbor, to where she calls child protective services or whatever on them. And then I did like Richard's reaction where he's like, yeah, check on the kids. And then he like tells them like to spell whatever and show like smart, like that they stay in school, they do their homework every day or night or whatever. And I liked his speech in that scene. A lot of interesting line of dialogue in this movie from the character of Richard I liked. I even liked the scene where the mom, at one point during that one scene where they know it was the woman across the street that called on them, so she goes over there. I'm like, Mama Bear's angry. And yeah, she's like, you have a daughter. I have 5 girls. Don't make me come over here again. And she just walks away. Like, she doesn't raise her voice at her. She just, like, a very stern, don't do that again. She warns her. And then the lady, like, and we never, like, get that character again. So I guess she stayed away in real life after that. And then, like, they get to Florida. And Richard doesn't want his daughters in pro. And then he's turning down deals, which is, I mean, first deal, and they haven't even seen the girl play, and they're already offering like millions. It was smart for him to, hindsight looking back now, to me, I would have been like, I'm taking that, but yeah, but it's smart enough to wait. And even like the coach that he signs with, he's like, "What are you doing? They just offered," like, and he gets frustrated throughout the film with with him and his plan. Uh, Stuff. But yeah, the ending, like, she doesn't beat the whatever. I think the girl was, I want to say German or Russian, tennis player. Um, but then I did like how they, at the end they show, when they open the gates, it's a bunch of fans of Venus and Serena, and they sign autographs, and everybody's all happy, and they want to sign with Nike and all, and all, or Red Book or whatever it is, or and then the movie ends, and then they showed footage of real people. I don't know. I don't think they showed footage of the mom though. It seemed like they didn't show footage of the mother. I could be wrong, but I don't know. But can't remember. And then, oh yeah, there's also some stuff in this film about even Richard had, like, I guess, uh, he has also a backstory. Even his backstory, to like how he grew up, was really sad when you think about it, and what he describes, what happened to him and stuff. And also he's sort of, I don't want to say a deadbeat, but there's a line of dialogue later on about how he had he has other children that he doesn't even talk to, and like how the mom of these girls that he's with now, I guess his son, he turned his son away or whatever one day or something, but that's like a small little argument, or in the middle of an argument, and it's never really touched upon ever again. It's like not mentioned ever again. So I guess he has other kids as well. I was shocked to see that, because it says here on Wikipedia, he's raising his 2 daughters and 3 stepdaughters. So the other 3 girls are actually not his. This whole time I thought they were, but I guess not. Um, but okay. But yeah, they were pretty much background characters. They weren't really shined on much at all, really. Like, they were just really there. They, like, their actresses did fine for what they had to do. And the mom, I thought, was really good in spots and decent in most scenes. But yeah, the girl that played Venus, that did really good. Um, Also, Serena, I thought, did really well. But Will Smith, I would say he needs to get an award for this. But if he doesn't, that sucks. Because, like, his dedication to the role and to the character, I liked. So, yeah. Overall, I liked the film. I would say give it a watch if you're a fan of Will Smith. If you want to see good or amazing Will Smith acting, I would say watch this. One of his better films, or best films, I would say. Um, yeah. Please give this video a like and thumbs up if can, and subscribe, share, comment. If you have seen King Richard, what was your thoughts on it? I would like to know.